Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Harry Potter, which is the first opinion of every bookworm. Not every bookworm, but it is my first opinion. Basically, today we are going to discuss about Joan Rowling and one of her most notable work, the Harry Potter series. Author, who is Joan Rowling? She's a British author and she was born on 31st July in Winterbourne, Gloucestershire, and in England. Joan grew up surrounded by books as her mom and dad loved to read. She wanted to be a writer from an early age and she wrote her first book named Rabbit at the age of 6. And when she became 11, she even wrote a novel about seven cursed diamonds and the people who owned them. She's the first woman who became a billionaire just by writing books. So, what's Harry Potter? Harry Potter is a series of seven novels written by British author J.K. Rowling, as we discussed. Since the release of the first book, this series has gained a lot of popularity, positive reviews, and commercial success worldwide. It was written too well that the Warner Bros. And Company, which is a very famous productive company, paid J.K. Rowling 1 million euros, which is almost 1,982,900 to adapt the novel series into a film series. After a lot of discussion, it was finally adapted, but it took a lot of time. According to the census of 2016, this franchise has made over $26 million, and the series put me and most of the readers on the edge of their seats every time we read it, because it always has a bit of suspense, darkness, and also because the protagonists conquered death since they were 11 years old, which is very interesting. So it's a very this book is quite interesting and is also most likely to be a good book because of its writing quality and the genre which it is written in. Many games have been made on this amazing series, and one such awesome game is going to release in 2021. Facts about the series. So there are seven books in this series. The books written are also converted into eight movies by Warner Bros. And Company. The books are very much liked by a mass of people, as we discussed. And in 2007, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows became the fastest selling book ever, selling 2.65 million copies in the first 24 hours in UK. And till date, it is published in 77 languages and has over 450 million copies. The main characters in the series, which are Harry James Potter, Hermione Granger, Ron Weasley, Albus Dumbledore, Lord Voldemort, of course, Severus Snape, Professor McGonagall, Vernon Dursley, Dudley and Aunt Petunia, James and Lily Potter, Malfoy family, and the Crab and Goyle, the Dark family, Neville Longbottom, the Marauders, the Weasley family, Hogwarts members, and many more. So this is a series which has a lot of characters, and these are mostly the main characters and which appear in almost all of the books. The gist of the series. The story of the series revolved around the life circumstances and the situations of Harry Potter, a wizard boy who lives with his aunt and uncle because he was told that his parents died in a car crash, but actually they were killed by Lord Voldemort, who is a dark sorcerer. Harry discovers that he's a wizard at the age of 11 and makes new friends as well as enemies in the special school made for witches and wizards known as Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. And also, he and his best friends Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger encounter Lord Voldemort. At the end of the series, the Dark Lord of Magical Powers. They fight with him for 7 years and then finally defeat him. First book, which is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, also known as the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in some parts of America. It is the debut novel of the Harry Potter franchise. Basically, 1 year old Harry Potter is left in front of his aunt and uncle's doorstep because a dark sorcerer killed his parents, Lord Voldemort. 10 years later, he knows that he is a wizard and finally goes to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, where he finds a family, friends, and develops few enemies as well. At Hogwarts, he learns about Voldemort and conquers death almost every year. Second book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It is the second novel in the franchise. This year, Harry and his friends discover a hidden chamber in the depths of the school and kill a monster that was petrifying the Mughal bonds in the school. Mostly people who are from a Mughal born family but have the traits of a wizard and show the magical traits. So those are known as Mughal bonds. They basically discovered a hidden chamber which contained a monster which used to petrify all the Mughal bonds in the school. Harry revives the petrified and gets to know about the past of Lord Voldemort using a secret diary, which is the very, very secret diary. He also knows about Voldemort, s- uh, his history, his previous name, and what happened with him during his school years. During this year, he also develops strong rivalry with Voldemort, not only with his friend, not only with a boy named as Draco Malfoy. He also develops strong rivalry with Voldemort. The third book, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is the third book in the series. This year, horrifying creatures known as Dementors are guarding the school and its boundaries because escaped mass murderer is on the lead, and then they are there. They are guarding the school. They are protecting the children from any danger by the murderer who is mm, who is later known to be Harry's godfather, Sirius Black. And Harry is delighted when he knows about his godfather, Sirius, because he finally gets a loving family. Because his aunt and uncle wouldn't treat him like a human, they would just treat him like a pet dog. Not even like a pet dog, just like a stray dog, would just give him loose clothes and everything. So he finally gets a family and a person to share all his secrets with. Also, he gets a good teacher, which is like a bit shocking because Hogwarts is a great school, but during Harry's year, there was a teacher who was not very kind with Harry. So he finally gets a very good and loving teacher, Remus Lupin, who helped him protect Sirius and himself against the Dementors, because the Dementors wouldn't have any sense to differentiate between uh, Sirius Black himself and the other students of the school. Fourth book, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is the fourth book in the franchise. It was a tough year. Harry was put in the Triwizard Tournament underage. He lost a friend, Cedric Diggory, and Voldemort returned after his end during the first book. Harry learns more and more about Voldemort and the dark wizarding community. The book, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This book is the fifth novel in the series. Harry had to face several consequences. He lost his godfather, he had nightmares, and Voldemort possessed him for quite most of the book. Harry also learns the importance of friendship and friends mostly during this book. And this book mostly revolves around him learning about his prophecy, Neville, one of his friend, becoming braver and braver, and also he learns more and more about friendship and the other people of the school. Book, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is the sixth book in the series. This year, Harry lost his beloved headmaster Albus Dumbledore, who was very loving to him. Kind to him. He also had a tough time dealing with it. Much about Harry is not shared with us during this book, and his friends were quite much in the spotlight. Ron and Ginny show us their Quidditch skills, and there's much more to explore. The seventh book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This is the final book of the franchise, which upset many people. But yeah, it was very interesting, quite fat as well, quite fat. It was a fat book as well, but yeah, it was the worst year for Harry and his friends. Voldemort was causing destruction almost everywhere. Harry lost his teacher, Alistair Moody. Battle of the Seven Potters and the Battle of Hogwarts took place, and he lost his friend Fred Weasley. We readers, as well as the characters, had a tough time dealing with the loss of most of our beloved characters, but this franchise had a happy ending too. Voldemort was finally defeated, and the good won over the evil after the hard work of 7 years. Not only 7 years, because Voldemort was existing since long time, and he had been causing destruction since long. So finally, even though after losing a lot, um, Harry finally defeated him. He had a lot of support onto his side, clinched onto his side, and there were people who were always there to risk their lives for him. So thank you all for being here, for staying tuned, and this was created by